West on my chest, flexing my pecs, I been hitting my reps. Too strong to SD, then LA is next. Coast up to the Bay, then LV for best on my...
All right, y'all. This is part 2 of our post-workout pep series. And so we're going to stay on track with the message that we started with regarding our weight control during this pandemic. And basically, I wanted to add some details as far as the how-to in terms of controlling your weight, while your schedule's jacked up, you know what I'm saying? While you're trying to adapt to, changing schedules, maybe being at home a lot, being a little bit more sedentary because, you may not realize it, but just getting up and getting ready for work and going out, it gets, hormones flowing, endorphins, adrenaline, all that kind of stuff helps to burn fat, helps to relieve stress. Even if you go into a stressful environment, you're still at work, then you're still, moving around, but just sitting around at home is going to be tough. So I want to talk a little bit about the how-tos in terms of keeping that weight under control or getting it under control. Now, this is not going to be specific stuff. You're going to have to, consult with your physician or doctor or trainer, or whoever it is, to make sure that you're getting the information that's pertinent for you. Okay. But there are some things that are basically, for the most part, can be widely used amongst a lot of people. So first of all, I'm still going to stick with the categories of, if you've been sedentary and you haven't really been active at all, you're coming off the couch versus, you've been working out and you just found that this pandemic has completely thrown you off track. All right. I don't want to put these in order because they're all of pretty much equal importance. So, I don't want to say, the most important thing is this, that, or the other, because you pretty much have to do everything. Fitness is about an equilibrium of, various factors. So you don't want to put overemphasis on any one particular thing because you want to make sure that you're able to do all of them fairly well. All right. So you want to stay active, number one. All right. If you're sitting at home, if you're taking extra naps, all right, all the time where your metabolism, your body is shutting down. Okay. So if you can avoid taking a nap, then do so. And if you're going to take a nap, it's got to be really short, 15, 20 minutes, because that's what's going to not leave you tired for the rest of the day. You take long naps, then you're tired for the rest of the day. And I know because I've done it before. And, typically if I don't take a nap by early in the morning, I wake up like 4, sometimes, 3 something in the morning. I'll take a nap like maybe 9 o'clock when I get home from my morning sessions. And that's the only time I really allow myself to take a nap, because if I take it later, it messes up my sleep patterns. And so also your rest is very important. All right. You may find that, hey, it's easy. I don't have to get up and get ready for work and drive and commute and all that stuff. So I can, sleep in the morning. So I'm going to stay up extra late. Well, typically you're going to stay up far later than you can make up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? As far as getting ready to go to work, so you got to keep your sleep patterns on track. All right. You got to get your rest. All right. You can't just take this as a long extended at home vacation. You know what I'm saying? You got to stick to some type of regimen. All right. If you go everything that you just let loose on and don't hold yourself accountable to is going to be a detriment to whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Everything that you want to accomplish is going to take some form of sacrifice. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you're getting your rest in. All right. You got to make sure that you're getting enough fluids in. And obviously you got to make sure that you're eating the right types of foods for you. Okay. Now this is one where you got to consult with a trainer or a nutritionist or, a doctor or something of that nature so that and I do make custom meal plans. So if you need that, then you can consult with me, privately. But you got to make sure you're eating the right things. Make sure you're eating enough vegetables. A lot of people aren't eating enough. You know what I'm saying? You're at home, so you immediately default to starving yourself, and that's not what you want. All right. Starving yourself, juice cleanses, all that kind of stuff is going to mess up your digestive system. Your digestive system is the key to controlling your weight. All right. Because most of the times, you go out or you go on vacation, you eat a bunch of stuff where, you're eating out all the time. It's the preservatives and all the stuff in the food that makes it hard for your body to process and get out of your system. That's why you gain the weight. It's not that you gain fat in 3 days. You didn't gain fat. You just gained a lot of constipation and bloat because your body just can't get rid of that stuff. Okay. So that's why it's vital that you prepare your meals and eat your foods at home as much as possible. You know, get frozen vegetables, things of that nature. Those are perfectly fine. And don't, you know, over season it. You know what I'm saying? So that you're eating the right types of foods, because that's vital. Make sure that you get enough vegetables, because you get a good portion of the water, your water intake for the day, from the foods that you eat. So if you're eating a bunch of processed foods, there's not going to be the amount of water in it. That's why you need to eat, you know, vegetables, you know, fruits, vegetables, and things of that nature. And make sure that you're staying hydrated, because your hydration levels affect your intestines and affect your ability to digest and process foods and get them out. All right. So it's a lot of information in a short period of time, because I don't want to take up a lot of you guys' time. All right. And then lastly, but definitely not least important, this one I might be willing to put at most important if I was going to give one, but fasting. And I'm not talking about like several day fasts or snake diets or anything of that nature. I'm talking about straight fasting, intermittent fasting on a daily basis. So basically narrowing down your eating window. Now, if you're, you know, if you haven't done it before, it's typically going to be an 8 and 16. So you eat for 8 hours and you'll fast for 16. Everybody should be fasting. If you're not fasting at all, if you just eat any time of day, whatever, you're almost certainly going to be overweight, unless you just have one of those body types that doesn't, you know, get overweight. You know what I'm saying? So everybody is mostly, for the most part, fasting to some extent, but it's got to be scheduled, it's got to be regimented, it's got to be planned, and it's got to be stuck to. You know what I'm saying? So you have got to stick to an eating schedule, an eating plan. And if you do that, if you just get the eating schedule down, because intermittent fasting is not a diet, it's just an eating schedule. Okay. If you can just stick to that, that alone is worth, you know, a few pounds by itself. If you can just stick to a specific eating schedule. A lot of people do 10 to 6, a lot of people do 9 to 5. It's just an 8-hour eating schedule. As you get more advanced, then you can start to shorten that window down. All right. As I mentioned to you guys before, that I've gained some weight over this period of time, how I have in the past, and how I'm going to now get this extra weight off. And I'm down like maybe like almost 5 pounds since Monday. Okay. Obviously, I work out early in the morning, fasted, because I don't start eating until between 10 and 12 o'clock. And I'm stopping my eating window early. Okay, so typically, if you have a sensitive digestive system, so this is why you can't listen to everybody, because some of us have sensitive digestive systems. I have a sensitive digestive system. When I played football in college, even in high school, I used to get constipated because my body fat percentage was low. I would get dehydrated because I sweat a lot, and I would get constipated, and it would be to the point where, you know, at points they thought I had a hernia. I had to go get x-rays. I had to take enemas. There's all kinds of problems that I have because of low body fat percentage and you know, dehydration, you know, combined, you know what I'm saying? So, and it runs in my family. So if you have sensitive digestive system, or it's IBS or whatever it may be, lactose intolerance, you know, a little bit of cheese can block up your whole system, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you're going to stop your eating window early. Now, this takes some practice and some skill to know how much you need to eat to hold yourself over so that you're not miserable and starving by the time you go to bed. And the reason I say to stop that eating window early is because you have more waking hours after you eat before you go to bed. You know what I'm saying? If you can get 4-6 hours after you eat before you go to bed, then you're going to be well off as far as your digestion, because our goal is to give our body as much time as possible to digest the food so that we can eliminate it. You know what I'm saying? So that's vital. It's very important for you to do. So if you stop that eating window early, keep those, because once you go to sleep, everything's going to shut down. You're not going to be digesting a bunch of food or burning calories or anything like that. So you don't want to eat and then go straight to sleep. That's a common knowledge. But the more waking hours that you can have after you eat, it's going to be beneficial for you. Okay, so these simple things, man, if you can just practice these simple things, you're going to find out how much more freedom you have to enjoy the things that you want to enjoy. But it's give and take. If I give where I eat more of foods that I want to eat or eat out, then have to give less as far as my eating window or how many meals I have per day. You know what I'm saying? So you might have to cut some calories back. You might have to, you know, skip a meal or something, especially when you're eating out. So this is a skill that is developed over time, and you got to get on your scale regularly to know what works and what doesn't. So anyways, guys, that's the end of today's video. I hope these videos are going to be helpful for you guys. You just got to work at it, man. It's meticulous. You can't be, completely tuning out of what's good for your body at any time. You know what I'm saying? If it's out of sight and out of mind, you're moving in the wrong direction. So anyways, I'll holler at you guys in the next video. Body firm.